Ayan. Okay. Started na.
We're live. Hello.
Hello, guys.
Hello.
Ba't ang weird ng tono mo, Emil? Hello, guys. Parang parang AI.
AI. AI ka
Oh,
pala eh. Para kang yung doktor sa NXT.
Na paratangang AI. Kalain mo yun.
Julian, hello. Glendale. In the comments. Jace, there's no play nailing tonight. It's a good week. It's been a good week of wrestling. I will say that.
He says
Nalo
that
Lakers
now.
no?
He says that now.
I mean, it was. Raw, NXT, and Dynamite was really good today. It was really good this week. We're really good this week. So, nothing to complain about.
Sabi mo yan, Emil Nate, ha?
Yeah. Plus, we got too many good news to be negative this week.
Wow.
Yeah.
Look at you and your toxic positivity.
No, it's not.
The US is crumbling and you find it a good week. The United States is crumbling before our very eyes.
Yeah.
Thanks to Donald Trump. And you think this is good?
I mean, for us.
Emil, kaya ka natatawag na elitista eh.
How did you all spend your, speaking of elitista, how did you all spend your non-holiday 25th?
I mean, worked like usual.
What do you all think is Philippine wrestling's Waffle House? Yung KF, yung Wendy sa Glorieta. Dati, sa taas, sa Glorieta for Cinemas. That's the closest thing to Waffle House that we have. In general, though, it's the KFC sa may Uptown. Kasi doon nag-away si... What's his name? Which one was that? After the club.
After the club.
Remember that last year? That was last year.
Ang alin?
The BGC fight.
Si
the
Jamie
PBA.
Malonzo.
Jamie Malonzo.
Yeah, that's the Waffle House.
Yeah.
Kala ko yung away sa Wendy's nung mga OGs ng PWR.
Hindi. Oh, yun nga yung Philippine Wrestling Waffle House eh. Yung Wendy's sa Glorieta.
Yeah, and they said he was out because of COVID or injury.
Yeah. And because of that incident, for a short time, they started charging for parking in that KFC. 100 per hour.
Sarap.
Wow.
Di lang yun. We were short like one wing guy sa Gilas.
Yeah. Yeah, they had a game like the next day ata yun or the day after. And then...
Fun stuff.
Yeah.
Meron din one time with our current friend now. KFC sa Eastwood.
Oh, yes.
I think
was
Jace would
involved
know.
in
Jace
said
would know.
altercation.
Oh yeah, I was there. Jace would know about the KFC sa Eastwood. If you know, you know.
And if you don't know, now you know.
Was it uni and working holiday? But bitching for a TV pro. Okay. Sorry to hear you were in class or you were in school, Julian.
I mean, Rowan was complaining about him going to school.
Please hit my music and My name is Colin Cash Money Cat.
What do we want to talk about?
Hey, this is the Cosmic Cactus, all one.
You're still just a kid. Hello, WWE Universe of the Philippines. This is Charlotte.
Recording in progress.
He's always on top.
What's going on? This is Xavier Woods, aka Austin Creed.
I'm home.
Wesley dead? Yes, for. Yes, for.
To say his name.
Stan C, the voice of Philippine wrestling, University of the Philippines, Diliman.
Romoran, the fancy dad, University of the Philippines, Diliman.
Chino Liao, Best Gout Machine, San Sebastian College Recoletos, College of St. Benilde, De La Salle University, International Academy of Film and Television.
Emil Nate, small forward, the Ateneo de Naga University.
Rowan ASH, Bad Boy ng Dance Floor ng Quezon City, Central Escolar University, Manila.
I love you solo.
Then you're listening.
You're listening.
And you're listening.
And you're listening to the Wrestling Podcast. And you're listening to the Wrestling Podcast.
To the Wrestling Podcast.
The Wrestling Podcast.
The Wrestling Podcast.
You're listening to the Wrestling Podcast.
Yeah.
You are watching and listening to the longest running weekly episodic Filipino wrestling podcast. This is the Wrestling Podcast. Stan C, Romoran, and Emil Nate checking in on another Thursday. And as we were talking about the pre-show, it sucks that last Tuesday was a working day, not an actual holiday. Because if you know your history, diba? It was actually a very important day in our nation's history. So make sure you never forget.
Sabi ng isa dyan, yung mga nagbumoto ng BBM, kumusta kayo may pasok?
Hey, we don't make the rules.
Hey.
What a dick.
You don't get to tell atheists not to celebrate Christmas.
Yeah,
diba?
exactly.
Under the same logic, kung non-working holiday para sa mga hindi DDS, 'di ba? Dapat non-working holiday din para sa mga DDS. Okay? Huwag tayong kupal, kaya tayo din nananalo pag halalan eh. Ina naman.
If you know, you know.
If you know, you know. All right, let's get to some bad stuff first. Rest in peace to Gene Hackman. We just found out he passed away about a couple hours ago. Rest in peace as well to Michelle Trachtenberg, who, as Rose said, will also always be first and foremost Nona to me. If you watch The Adventures of Pete and Pete, alam nyo rin, diba? She basically grew up right in front of our eyes. Before she did Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Gossip Girl, Eurotrip, she was Nona, man.
Alam mo bang nung pandemic ko lang pinanood yung Eurotrip?
Oh, for really?
Yeah. Like, I didn't have access to it when I was in high school. So,
okay.
That movie
it was on Netflix. It's on Netflix. Oh, sorry na, Emil Nate.
No,
sorry
because
na, may DVD ka ata ng Eurotrip eh.
No, because that movie was passed around in our school in high school and college.
Kayo na
yung cool. Cool nyo pala eh.
Kayo nagpapasahan ng DVD ng Eurotrip. Buti na nasa Netflix siya, diba?
Oh, at least si Ro pinanood niya ng legit.
Oo.
Yung DVD nyo, Emil Nate, saan galing? Sa Divisoria ng Naga?
No, from the hard drive. You know, the classic hard drive. You know,
that's even worse.
Kayo na may hard drive.
Kayo mga piratang galing Naga.
Di pa yun uso nung lumabas yung Eurotrip in the mid-2000s. Okay, yung hard drive pasahan.
Yeah.
Hard drives are huge back in the day.
Yeah, how we went from saying rest in peace Michelle Trachtenberg to hard drives in Naga. Jesus. All right, some good stuff that we got to announce. We got to say congratulations to our friends from DexCon who just announced within the hour that they have signed a deal to air DexCon shows on Triller TV. Now, that is huge for a local promotion. And even huger is our very own Romoran will be officially one of the commentators of DexCon on Triller TV.
Yeah, boses ng Pilipino on Triller TV. Been sitting on this news for a few days now, but I'm really glad that we announced it really quickly. This has been the product, the hard work of everyone involved in DexCon, obviously the wrestlers and the foreign guests, the visitors who have elevated the quality of the craft in the Philippines with their presence, with their work, with their time and effort. So maraming salamat to everyone who's watching. I don't know the full details yet. I don't know if it's going to be part of Triller TV, if it's pay-per-view, if it's free. We'll find out more as the days go by. But I'm sure it's going to be much easier to show your friends. Like, kunyari, Zack Sabre Jr. versus JDL, or the Chris Brooks matches and stuff. So stay tuned for more details, and thank you so much for supporting DexCon this whole time.
Yeah, this is huge kasi syempre we want local wrestling, Filipino wrestling to be on a bigger platform, to be more accessible globally, for people to know that there's actual talent here in the Philippines, and putting DexCon on Triller TV gets us one step closer towards that goal. And this might not be much to you right now, you WWE only viewer, but if one day yung mga nag-wrestle sa DexCon make their way on a show like LFG or Evolve or NXT, Raw and SmackDown, then malamang sa malamang DexCon being on Triller TV might have played a role in that. So, these things really do go a long, long way.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So excited for everything that's going to happen soon. I believe, I don't know about the previous shows, but I think the shows moving forward this year may be on the platform.
Yun. So, even more reason for you to catch WrestleStorm 2 featuring Yoshitatsu, Mei Suruga, and Balianaki. Baka mahagip kayo, di ba? Makita rin kayo sa Triller TV. Kind of like how I saw myself on Netflix's Court of Gold.
Yeah.
All right, let's get to some plugs here as we start the show. Of course, you can keep supporting the Wrestling Podcast by being a patron in year 11 of the pod. Emil, Nate, let them know.
Yes, you can support the podcast through two ways now, Patreon and Gag. The links are patreon.com/wrestling podcast and gagnow.com/wrestling. TwixPod first was $5. There's some perks and benefits. The Discord community is always very welcoming. A lot of really good conversations going in there every single day. Review content, weekly wrestling shows. Also, perks when it comes to the viewing parties. So if you're part of our Patreon program, you're in a special table alongside me, alongside Rowan as well. Yeah, Rowan is still part of the group. And again, by subbing to Patreon and Gag, you're supporting the podcast going strong in its 11th year. Again, thank you so much to all of our patrons who have supported us throughout the years. Again, the links are patreon.com/wrestling podcast and gagnow.com/wrestling2xpot.
All right, now let's let you know how you can catch WWE either on Blast TV or on Netflix.
Yep.
Yes, sir. Converge has a Netflix plan. The fiber Netflix plans. All you got to do is go to gofiber.ph to sign up. Siyempre, it comes with a free Netflix subscription plan, $17.99 for the basic, $17.98, sorry, for the basic Netflix subscription, all the way to plan $22.98 for extra 200 Mbps and Netflix Premium. You get to watch WWE on Netflix kung meron kang VPN. If not, may Blast TV pa rin nakasama sa Converge subscription nyo. So many different ways, so many ways to be entertained with this plan. So, if you've been looking for a way to catch WWE live and on the week that it happens, this is where you go. It's also the best internet experience I've had so far in the Philippines. So more power to Converge, and go sign up at gofiber.ph.
Thank you, Boss Dennis Uy. Dahil sa inyo, top 3 ako sa speeds ng international announced team ng WWE.
Yun pa.
All right, one last plug. Elimination Chamber is happening this weekend, Sunday, March 2. So 8 a.m. ang start time niya. So doors will open as early as 7 a.m. at Skinny Mike's. May walk-in tickets pa tayo, di ba?
Yeah. Tomorrow will be the final day for early bird tickets at 450 pesos. If you don't make it to the deadline by tomorrow night, 11:59 p.m., but you're going to walk in, it's going to be a little more expensive though. So I suggest you take advantage of this now. If you are hearing this, if you're watching this, if you're listening to this, I'll post a reminder as well by tomorrow morning, and we'll all have a good time. We got quite a number of early bird registrants. Hindi pa siya kasing puno as Royal Rumble, but it's all good. We like the small intimate parties anyway. So if you want to see John Cena's very last Elimination Chamber, even though John Cena has not shown up on TV this whole month, and this is the chance. This is the opportunity. A lot of people are are still thinking about signing up and joining the show, joining the party. So baka maubusan pa kayo ng slots. You never know, right? See you there on March 2, Sunday morning, 7 a.m. Doors open. Just go sign up right now at tinyurl.com/elimination chamber 2025. Those are the numbers 2025. All right.
Yung nag-inquire na 11 daw silang bibili. Bumili na kayo. Para mag-guarantee na yung seats nyo. 11 pa man din kayo, di ba?
Wow.
And then after that, pag-iisipan natin kung kakayanin natin na mag-stand and deliver at WrestleMania 41 watch party back to back. All right, let's get to some wrestling talk. We're going to start by congratulating the record-setting 3-time women's tag team champions in Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. They won those championships to close out Monday Night Raw this week.
Woo. People are not happy about this.
Why?
Oh, really?
Why not?
Wow.
It is the last week of Black History Month, and they beat the last Black champions in WWE.
Right. Okay.
So ako naman, I don't buy into that tinfoil hat conspiracy. Kasi syempre, things have to happen, right? You got a story, and it so happens that February is Black History Month. Yes, the optics are bad. You don't want your only Black main roster champions to be losing to white girls.
Raquel's not white.
She's white Latina. Sobrang Latina siya. Yes.
Yeah.
So, I don't buy into that. It just so happens that nagkataon lang eh. But it doesn't help the Triple H truthers, if you will, people who claim that Triple H has a racist agenda. You can't just please these people. And I don't see the point just yet of why this had to happen. Like, yeah, it furthers the feud, the story, and we still don't really know. Baka ito dapat yung isolve mong case Emil Nate, who attacked Jade Cargill, diba? Put your detective skills to use here. But obviously the story has to unfold, but I don't see just yet where it's a net positive.
Ako naman, well-deserved win by Liv and Raquel. That was a great match, by the way, on Raw. That was a great main event, but they have been cooking for a while now. See Liv and Raquel. They had that match against the Damage Control weeks ago, where I thought that was an incredible match. So they have been getting their reps as a tag team again, after Liv being the world champion, Raquel just being the heavy for Liv. Now they're back to being a legit tag team, and they work somehow. They work better as a tag team, and I didn't even think of all things Rose said, the them losing on Black History Month. It wasn't on my mind when I was watching it because it was such a good match. And I thought the champs,
like Kofi Kingston losing to Brock.
Yeah, exactly. So so the champs went out strong despite losing. And yes, you got to get to the Jade Cargill story today. So at some point they have to lose the belts in order to get to that story, which I think will unfold in the next few weeks.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, Liv Morgan did say na she was going to bring championship gold back to the Judgment Day. And I think it also forwards yung story of dissension ng Judgment Day na sina Liv Morgan and Finn Balor are kind of battling for control and Finn keeps on coming up short. Meanwhile, si Liv nagdala na naman ng championship sa Judgment Day. So that should make for a very interesting WrestleMania season for the heel faction.
Are people still really into this? I don't know. The whole Judgment Day the tension. Infighting tension na.
They are teasing a new member. They've been teasing that for weeks.
I thought they were teasing. They were kind of teasing another split yet again. Parang someone may malilihis na naman, di ba? I don't know.
Baka may subunit na mangyayari.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I think I'm kind of checked out of the Judgment Day. I don't think it really helped that Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley were out of the group.
Yeah, at this point, the Judgment Day is like the House of Torture, like in Japan.
Wow,
look how far they've. No, I kind of agree with that take. I don't think it's not their fault. It's just that ang dami na rin nangyari and it's just too much drama to really be compelling at this point.
Mm-hmm. All right. Staying here on Monday Night Raw, the Women's Intercontinental Championship picture is really just revolving right now around Lyra Valkyria, who's the champion, and two challengers. Sina Dakota Kai, who she just defeated on Raw, and Ivy Nile, who she defeated last week and is now challenging her again.
I don't know. It was the way that's the way it is for mid card championships. Diba? It's not like unless you have her do an open challenge every week, like John Cena used to do. It's at least another spot on the card for a mid carder woman. Diba? So it doesn't matter. I don't think you need it to be a revolving door of challengers with contenders. It's just that you do have to tell a story with at least one or two other people.
Yeah, I will agree with that. I mean, at least it's three people. It's not just two people fighting every single week. At least now there's a possibility that we're gonna get a multi woman match for the IC title at some point. You know, and I'm glad that Ivy Nas is doing something now instead of just being the manager of American American Made. So you know that title is created for the mid cards talaga of the women's division, especially on Raw, where mas weight event heavy yung scene sa Raw. So okay lang sa akin na tatlo lang muna sila naglalaban-laban for the IC title.
Yeah. You know, ang dami ring nangyayari ngayon heading into the road to WrestleMania. I'm actually trying to see diba, how Triple H can keep it to like 7 matches for night 1 and night 2, given all the championships on the main roster and everyone who's really done a good job of making themselves relevant on the main roster.
Yeah.
Yep.
Night 3, I guess.
Oh no! Wow.
Stand
Night
and deliver
1.5.
part 2. Buong araw manonood tayo ng wrestling.
God.
All right, let's take our first break. And when we come back, we'll talk about NXT after this quick word from our other podcasts right here on the Pod Network. Let's talk about NXT and we have to start with the triumphant return of the Hardy Boyz to WWE. They made their debut on NXT to take on the No Quarter Catch Crew, and to quote NXT lead commentator Vic Joseph, they came out to a reaction so loud even Miles Bourne could hear it.
He did hear it.
He did hear it. Sinabi niya.
Yeah,
Niya.
he did say.
He didn't hear it. Pretty interesting way for the Hardys to return to WWE. Pero syempre, we knew this was coming eventually when they
We knew they would come.
Yeah.
Oh, we knew they would come. We knew they would come. It was wonderful. Really, you know, I think this is like the best get ever for NXT. The Hardys.
Mm-hmm.
Parang I think they're like the most popular get for NXT other than Nick Nemeth, diba? So I'm really happy about this. I think they do have one more great match in them with Fractions or Roadblock.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they look. Do you see how good they look? Like they look so much better than the last time I saw them in AEW. Like Jeff is in so much better shape than he was when he was last seen in WWE. And parang nanumbalik yung sigla nila when they returned to TNA and now they returned to WWE via NXT. Also very interesting na WWE dropped new Hardy merch. So is that a sign, or it's just them capitalizing on
I think they own
clout?
some form of the Hardy IP. Kahit papaano.
Probably. Yeah.
Ito na, tinatanong na ni babyface producer Jasper, next pasabay when? Dami pera ni Jasper ah.
Oo nga. Taas pa lang binabayad sa'yo?
Oo. Pambon ka naman, Jasper. Pa Hardy Boyz merch ka naman sa amin.
Yeah.
Matapos ka namin bilan ng samot-saring Finn Balor t-shirt. Kala mo, dami. Nakadalawa pa lang naman kami, di ba? But yeah, it was fun. This NXT NA partnership is so insane in the best way. Kasi hindi ko rin inisip na I would get to call a Hardy Boyz match in 2025. That's nuts. Diba? So it's also pretty cool na the partnership has really allowed for these interpromotional matchups na the Hardy Boyz can get into a mini storyline where now they get to take on Nathan Fraser and Axiom, who are playing the low-key heel here against the Hardys.
Yeah. Let's also not forget Santino Marella coming out to his WWE theme song and that getting probably the second loudest pop of the night.
Siyempre, alam nila yung song eh.
Yeah.
It's a banger though.
Yeah.
It's a good song. Emil, pop quiz. Do you know what the title of Santino's song is and what it translates to?
Oh no.
It is literally the only words you hear from the song.
I don't know.
Yeah, there are other words in the song.
Something miracle?
No. It's La Vittoria è mia.
Vittoria è mia.
Victory is mine.
Oh, okay, that's cool. I didn't know that.
That's what it means.
Kasi naglalaro ng SmackDown versus Raw.
Hindi siya nagtotorrent ng mga entrance team dati.
Yeah.
Hindi ka nagda-download sa LimeWire.
YouTube to MP3 na yung nabutan ko eh.
Bakit? Nilalagay din mo yung mga title sa YouTube ah.
Hindi, nakalagay sa YouTube. Santino Marella, second theme.
Ganun lang. Custom title siya, no?
Yeah, I understand Emil Nate here.
All right, staying on NXT NA, we've got a couple of matches already announced for Roadblock. And they include Oba Femi versus Moose for the NXT Championship. So Moose will be carrying his X Division Championship into the title match, pero hindi niya defend. And the aforementioned Hardy Boyz versus Fraction Tag Team match, where the TNA World Tag Team Championship is on the line.
How come Moose doesn't get to defend his X Division Championship? Like that's
Kasi may title versus title na eh, yung Julia and Stephanie.
Yeah.
Oh well. Oh God, I can't believe they're doing a pseudo unification thing. I don't know. I'm not super hyped about the Moose thing. Also, not probably because I'm not that big of a fan of Moose, but it's okay. Not a bad match. I think the selling point here is the TNA crossover event. So I think ano ba to? Roadblock pa to eh. So
yeah. It's in a couple of weeks.
I wonder where this leaves the Stand and Deliver match.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they are really stacking up the Roadblock card, and then I realized where it is, and it makes it's
in the MSG theater. It's not MSG itself, but it's the MSG at Jace.
Yeah, the where they used to do the draft, diba? That's where.
Yes, correct.
So I don't mind. I don't mind the matches. It's just like it's just that I thought they were saving these matches for Stand and Deliver. But I'm guessing 2 out of the 3 announced matches will carry over to Stand and Deliver. Mm-hmm. And I feel like these two, yung pinag-usapan natin, Oba versus Moose and the tag team titles will still carry over to Stand and Deliver.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind.
Patikim lang yung sa Roadblock.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind. I'm actually hyped for Oba Femi versus Moose just because it's 2 meaty men slapping meat, diba? It's the battle of the Nigerian guys, so that should be a lot of fun to see in the ring. Also happening at Roadblock, announced that in this week, you've got title versus title, Julia versus Stephanie Vaquer. So magtutuo sila to find out who the best woman is. The NXT Women's Championship and the NXT Women's North American Championship will be on the line. And in the 48 hours since, nireport ni Brian Alvarez of the Wrestling Observer na yung dahilan daw is because one of them is reportedly injured and needs time off.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That explains it. Okay.
Yeah. Like when I was watching it in NXT and they announced it for Roadblock, I thought this is a match that is Stand and Deliver main event caliber. So I don't know what.
Feeling
that's why I was.
Julia.
I was thinking
Ba't
maybe
mo nasabi?
it was gonna be a non-finish.
In Japanese wrestling,
Yeah.
it is what it is.
Reports are saying
Japanese
it's
wrestlers are sorry, Neil. Japanese
yeah.
wrestlers are more likely to be injured and more broken down.
Yeah, reports are also saying it's Julia who's banged up and needs some time off. So
yeah,
so probably
Well.
we're gonna get a Stephanie win probably. Pero
It's okay,
sayang lang,
I support this.
this should have been a stand and deliver main event. But it's if one of them is hurt, then understood. Might as well get this match out of the way now.
Yeah, I get that. I'm obviously excited for this as well, even though it does hurt to know now we're gonna lose either Julia or Stephanie. Because whichever one loses and drops the championship, baka i-assume na natin na sila yung injured, diba? Sila yung may kailangan ng time off. So it's gonna hurt.
Yeah. And probably main roster bound na whoever loses this.
Talaga?
Loses. Yeah. Well, both of them are ready for the main roster.
Somebody just got injured. They're not.
I mean, after they
come back.
Yeah, diretso na yung main roster sigurado.
Ano ka ba? Parang pagbalik di naman siya, I'm back from injury, one match, okay, moving up day ko na. It doesn't work that way, Emil Nate.
Man,
if that were the case pala, then more people should be getting injured on NXT.
Di
oh. Di ba dapat si Wesley matagal na na-call up, nakailang injury comeback na siya, di ba? Under Emil Nate logic, dapat nag-moving up day na si Eddie Thorpe. Isa pa yun.
I'm just saying both of these women are main roster ready at this point.
Sure, I guess. I wouldn't say Stephanie Vaquer is super main roster ready. I think she is pretty fresh, relatively new to the business. She's just really good, but I also feel that she needs more seasoning as well. Lalo na if she has to learn more English, diba? Kunyari.
Pareho sila, even si Julia, diba? I mean,
exactly.
Julia's made so much, a lot of strides in improving her English. Pero to get there, main roster ready ka na, diba? You have to at least be like on the level of a Kyrie or an Io Sky, and I'm not sure that Julia is on that level just yet.
Exactly.
Fair.
All right. One last bit from the NXT crossovers. Cora Jade gets her match for the Knockouts World Championship against Masha Slamovich, and this is set for TNA Sacrifice in a few weeks' time. So, ito medyo nagulat din ako because 1 minute Cora Jade was trying to fight for a spot for the NXT Women's Championship picture, and now all of a sudden she's on TNA going after Masha.
Those two things happened concurrently. If I remember correctly. Yeah,
they did.
So yun. I don't mind it. I don't think she's gonna win, but it's not a bad rep, I guess.
Yeah, it's another NXT crossover to TNA, which is we always welcome at this point.
Mm-hmm. All right. Let's take a break. When we come back, we'll talk about some AEW highlights and we'll give you our predictions for Elimination Chamber in Toronto. But first, a quick word from our other podcasts right here on the Pod Network. All right, let's talk about some AEW highlights, and we're going to start with the Death Riders, our favorite storyline in AEW right now. So, yung latest chapter nila, Claudio Castagnoli and Marina Shafir both got hit with a concerto, courtesy of Cope and Willow Nightingale. So, okay, before we get into this, now that we've entered dangerous violence territory where people are getting their heads bashed in with steel chairs, I need to know when the actual spouses are getting involved, because these people have actual spouses within the company, diba? For example, Marina Shafir is married to Roderick Strong.
Yeah.
Diba? And Roderick Strong was in the previous match or segment. I just have to ask kasi hindi mo siya maiiwasan eh. At what point does Roderick Strong go, F this, that's my wife, I'm gonna go out there and get involved?
Stan, last nung collision, Roderick Strong was involved in the beatdown of Pac. He was there in that segment.
Yeah, okay. Actually, my bigger concern is why FTR suddenly went from running with Adam Copeland in the story to doing their own thing. Were they fighting for a shot at the Trios Championships? Yun ba yung match nila this week? Like
No. Wala lang, parang ano na sila, trios na sila.
Yeah,
and then,
that was strange.
Ito
that was
FTR
weird.
was just leaving the ring when they saw Cope and Claudio fighting papasok dun sa arena. So why they don't, bakit hindi nila tinulungan si Cope, diba? Like,
they started that feud getting ambushed by the Death Riders, diba?
Yeah.
So why did they move on from it? It's strange. I don't want to hate on it. I really tried not to shit on this, pero when WWE is giving you interconnected relationships in the bloodline vortex, as Drew McIntyre calls it, you can't help but also try to poke the same holes in a really big web of a story such as this. So yeah, I get it.
Diba, you have to ask that question kasi like if you know na mag-asawa sina Marina and Roderick Strong, for example, diba? You have to wonder, diba? Is Roderick Strong a terrible husband in kayfabe? Like diba? Or does he just compartmentalize para uwi sila, oy, kumusta, how was work today, hon? Oh, nothing. Na-concerto lang naman ako. You know what I mean? Like these are the things I think about. Even yung pagka-weird na Renee Paquette is fine with Jon Moxley doing all of these crazy things on AEW, and yet, they go home to their suburban life with their child.
I mean, that at least has been recognized on TV at least.
Sorry, Emil. For me, weird yung parang the Jon Moxley I'm interviewing is different from the Jon Moxley I go to at home. Parang for me, it's such a weird excuse.
I know. That's yun nga, sinasabi ni Nero, when there's may mga relationships talaga, like you have to acknowledge it. You have to you can't make the people look dumb by not thinking na a husband won't go out there and rescue his wife.
No, it wasn't about rescuing the wife. It's more of why did Roderick Strong, the husband, who is also involved in the story, kahit tangentially, not confront the truth that his wife is out there destroying people by pressing her chest to their face.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But at least we're getting some progression now with this Death Rider story.
Are we really though? Are we really?
Sabi ni Jay, si Hook nga di tinutulungan ng tatay na.
or Taz didn't help Hook that one time.
Oh, yeah, Taz didn't help Hook.
Yeah, so ito yung epitome ng trabaho lang, walang personal.
I feel that AEW loses here no matter what WWE did. Kasi if this was still Vince's era and Vince wasn't, caring about the interconnected relationships, AEW still looks bad because they had an opportunity to be better and they didn't do that. And now WWE is doing better by caring about everyone involved and caring what happened to them before. And now AEW also looks bad for not making that same effort to honor the relationships that are happening around the same company, diba?
Hindi lang yun, Ro. Hindi lang yun. Diba, nung si Brody King, nung parang nag-unmask siya, naging tao siya, we were talking about it here on the podcast. Sabi natin na, si Brody King naging tao, sinabi niya, Darby Allin, you and I used to travel these roads together, choo-choo-choo, diba? If they're willing to pull back the curtain on the relationships between wrestlers like Brody King, who are not supposed to be human, diba? Why are we not acknowledging yung mga mag-asawa?
Yeah, true. That's a fair point.
So, yun, doon ako na iirita, I guess, as a fan, as a consumer, as, a critic or whatever. Parang, I don't like it when my intelligence is being insulted.
Exactly.
Going back to the question of whether or not the plot is actually advancing, I think it is advancing. I think the whittling down of the Death Riders by Cope and now Willow and Jay White is heading towards a sure title change happening or at least the appearance of a short title change happening at Revolution. Diba? For all we know, it's not going to change hands just yet, and that's going to piss people off even more. But they're making it look really plausible, at least na Cope can beat, or the Death Riders can be beaten.
Yeah, I think yung pinaka-interesting na mangyayari dito is Cope actually beats Mox only for Christian Cage to cash in at the end of the night.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, that's the best. That's the best scenario that could happen. Okay.
Karma ni Cope, diba? 20 years after the fact.
The second time it's happened to him, though.
TNT, TNT title,
TNT championship.
Yeah, but that would be the best thing. That would be the best thing to happen.
Tsaka 2 times din naman ginawa ni Cope yun, diba? 2 times din naman siya nag-cash in ng Money in the Bank. So,
yeah, that's right.
Para karma talaga. Para symmetrical yung karma.
Great karma.
Yeah.
Diba?
It will.
All right. Other stuff from AEW. Ito, we kind of alluded to this earlier. Si Adam Cole gets a TNT Championship match against Daniel Garcia because he pinned Daniel Garcia in the trios match.
They've been having this back and forth lately. Si Daniel Garcia and
yes,
the Undisputed Kingdom. So.
Yeah, pero hindi natin alam which one was actually gonna get the shot, right? And then now we know that it's Adam Cole. So I guess it was because he pinned Daniel Garcia?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, it's a common trope sa NJPW. If you pin the champion during a multi-man tag match, you get a shot. So that is at least not out there as a concept.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Plus, I'm actually glad that this isn't on the Revolution card kasi sobrang stacked na ng Revolution card.
Di mo sure.
No, it's on Collision.
It's on Collision.
Di mo rin sure na it's gonna happen again.
Okay. I think it's gonna be a Collision match. It's gonna be a good match. I kind of want Adam Cole to win the title kasi Daniel Garcia hasn't really done anything with the TNT Championship, and it has. The TNT Championship has been overshadowed by the International Championship and the Continental Championship.
Well, that was the entire point anyway. Diba?
Yeah.
When they introduced both championships, lalo na when Orange Cassidy was international champion, and at nung panahon yung Atlantic champion. So the TNT was always meant to be downgraded because it's named after a network.
Saka yun the one championship Cody held.
Yeah, oh my God.
Tanong ni Jace in the comments, gumigiling pa rin ba si Daniel Garcia?
Yes.
Yes, he does.
He does.
Pwede mo pa rin sabayan yung paggiling ni Daniel Garcia. Wala masama dun. Kung gusto nyo makigiling, parang yung pag-dancer rin with the Nana, diba? Yun.
Yun.
Any other stuff from Dynamite you guys want to talk about?
Speaking of the Nana, Ricochet and
Swerve
is now made for a shot at the World Championship.
Yeah, it's a number 1 contenders match at Revolution. So I like how binigyan nila ng stakes tong personal feud, diba? And then si Nana put the pressure on kay Swerve na you've been losing your focus and you really need to get back that robe or else I might reconsider representing you, something like that. So nagustuhan ko yun. It was a nice way to add layers to Nana's character.
Yeah, people are thinking he's gonna turn on Swerve here, but I actually think it's the opposite. Kasi
Swerve's gonna turn on Nana?
No. I think it's the turn will not happen, but it's just a red herring to keep the people hooked to this story. So I like how I like how they executed the promo earlier, gave the match some stakes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like that as well.
Yeah, I mean, if Swerve were to turn on Nana, the only way I would accept it happening is pag si Nana nasa loob ng plexiglass chamber, tapos may hihilaing lever si Swerve, tapos bababa yung semento. Yun lang. So, only way. Sabi ni Jace, Ricochet na nagpapapogi, way better than WWE Ricochet.
He actually is way better than WWE Ricochet. He is way more realized as a person now, so I appreciate what they've done. What Trevor is doing.
Natawa ko sa suit na kanina. He's wearing a cap, a suit, and then a robe. He looks goofy, which I think that's the point.
Yeah, it's the point. He's getting New Day heat already.
Yeah.
It's just that he tries to talk over it.
Lalagyan natin sa soundboard yun.
And ngayon ko lang na-realize how he sounds like Drake. Ricochet. He sounds like Drake. So now that he's like being a bad guy and he's being cocky, don't want to notice that sounds like Drake.
Say Trev.
All right, we got to take a break. When we come back, Elimination Chamber predictions. We're going to be in Toronto for the PLE this Sunday, Manila time. But one last word from our other podcasts right here on the Pod Network. All right, final stretch of the pod. We have our predictions for Elimination Chamber happening in Toronto over the weekend. Para sa atin sa Pinas, that is Sunday morning, 8 a.m. Manila time. And you can catch the show live on the WWE Network. Unlike Netflix, may Tagalog na live, Tagalog audio na live. Yeah. So you can catch it on the network. But if you're doing the VPN gaming sa Netflix, if you want to catch it on Tagalog audio, you're going to have to wait for VOD. But you can catch the show live on Netflix as well pag naka-VPN ka. 4 announced matches right now, plus a huge segment involving Cody Rhodes and the final boss. So let's get through it. Eto muna, expectations for this show in Toronto. Meron ba?
It's going to be a big one.
What kind of prediction is that?
I mean, it's
gonna be a big.
Usually, kasi Elimination Chambers.
Okay, Emil.
No. In the past, Elimination Chambers doesn't really bring any excitement to me. Kasi by this time, mostly alam mo na yung mga magiging matches sa Mania. But
2
this
years
time,
ago, I thought Sami Zayn was gonna win.
Pero this time, I'm like talagang sobrang malabo pa yung main title picture. Even the women's, I still have no clue, or I still have no gut feel kung sino yung kahalabarin ni Rhea sa Mania. So it's unpredictable.
We don't even know if Rhea's gonna be champion. She has a match with EO next week on Raw.
Yun nga. So definitely more unpredictable than in years past. So that's why I'm expecting it to be a big one.
All right.
I expect it to be, yes, big, but also really impactful, really consequential. Kasi yeah, somebody's soul's about to be taken, diba? So I want to know. I want to know if I want to know what the answer is. Like, that is the most anticipated segment for me. Like, I can't believe I am anticipating a Rock segment in the year of our Lord 2025.
Mm-hmm.
And this man is out here admitting on Twitter that he's playing a final boss character.
Yeah.
Sorry, I know you can't talk shit about your boss, your final boss.
He's quite literally my final boss.
Yeah.
Come on.
He's not gonna take your soul.
Di natin sure.
I think he already has taken his soul. I think at this point, we can consider Sans soul taken by the final boss. But yes, I'm very much looking forward to that. I want to see where the Cody Rhodes character goes from here. Excellent cinematic segment once again between himself and Seth Rollins on Raw this week.
All right,
really hammering home. I don't know if this was really last minute creative decision, like last year. But I at least are trying to they're trying to make it big. They're trying to make it really suspenseful with a few days left to go, less than a week left to go. So that's what I'm looking forward to.
Neil, yes, I do technically work under the final boss, just way under. Like, kung nakita mo yung flow chart nandun pa ako sa ibaba ng flowchart.
Yung
Like
we
third
call it
page
a
pa.
plantilla. Yung corporate. Yung plantilla. So, he's all the way down. The final boss is here and it stands all the way down.
Oh, nasa ibang page pa ako. Okay, let's go through the card. Simulan natin with the women's tag team match featuring our WWE Women's Champion, Tiffany Stratton, and Trish Stratus, the Hall of Famer, taking on Nia Jax and Candice LeRae.
Wait, when was this announced?
Matagal na. Di ka nanonood. Ano ka ba?
Interesting matchup.
2 SmackDowns ago, Emil.
Oh, okay. Yeah, nung wala ako. So, okay.
I don't know who I'd pick here, but I think the easy money would be the hometown girl.
Mm-hmm. So Tiffy and Trishy time.
Yeah. This is the team up of Trish and Tiffany is like Luka Doncic and LeBron James. So I'm going with the baby faces here for the win. It makes sense, di ba? Like, you know,
okay,
2 generations.
Sure. Let's go with that.
All right. May nakita ng post sa Reddit, like, how is Trish Stratus reverse aging? And I actually can't argue with that.
Yeah,
it's right.
Right.
Totally right.
Yeah. My point.
Trish Stratus, man, defeating Father Time right now. So
yeah, just like LeBron James is defeating Father Time, diba? So
you sure about that?
I made a comparison. Yeah, he's 40. You know, still playing like still playing great. It's just like with Trish. So that's why I made the comparison.
All right, next up, you've got the unsanctioned match between Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn.
No one wins. This goes to Mania.
I don't know. How does no one win here? They both get knocked out.
Yeah. Yeah. This unsanctioned naman to eh. It's not like I don't know, like both of
Actually,
them.
that's not a bad idea, but I think Sami wins because KO goes crazier and challenges him to a rematch at Mania. That is my take.
Okay, fair.
All right. Will this match go on last? Kasi unsanctioned siya eh.
Theoretically, it should. Kasi that's what AEW does with their
paper,
lights out match eh. Yeah,
that's what NXT did.
Yeah. Kasi they would always say, oh, the pay-per-view.
Technically, tapos na yung show.
Yeah. That's the hook. That's
yung waiver.
Yeah. That's what
tapusin na namin yung show officially kasi yung susunod na match hindi kasama sa show technically. So ideally, yeah. Actually, why the fuck not? Let's fucking end the show with this. They're both from Canada anyway.
Right. So para siyang yung unsanctioned matches sa training sa PWR. Na tapos yung training, meron mag-aaway sa labas pagkatapos.
Wait, that happens?
I'll talk to you about it off air. Di alam ni J-Sto, wala na siya nun eh.
Ito, magandang tanong from Doc G. Do you see a Randy Orton return? This could happen. Because KO did take Randy out.
Sure, I don't mind it. It is unsanctioned. So
if Orton returns, what's Sami gonna do at Mania? Because I assume if Orton returns, that's gonna be Orton Owens.
KO.
Yeah.
We'll cross the bridge when we get there.
Yeah, probably.
Matagal pang Mania. Matagal pang 420, Emil.
Yeah, because I want KO versus Sami at Mania.
Third week nga pala yung yung Mania.
Yes. It is happening on 420.
Yeah.
Ito na, Ro. Yung pinaka kinasasabikan mong segment. Will Cody Rhodes accept the final boss's offer? Will a soul be tooketh?
I think so. You know? Although where would be the fun in that, diba? If Cody and Rock didn't end up feuding, no? I guess that's the thing. Knowing Cody, syempre, he's gonna want to say no. So that's although I do want him to say yes, but the character of Cody Rhodes will say no kasi syempre, Boy Scout siya. Siya yung Superman ngayon, diba? Siya yung Clark Kent ngayon. So,
but what if he becomes Homelander and The Rock is Stan Edgar?
Yeah, I hope so. Genuinely hope so. I wonder what the 13th reason for Cody is going to be. if he decides to accept the Rock's offer to be his champion. So so many different ways it can go. It's easy to say no. Oh, Cody's gonna say no, or Cody's gonna say yes. We don't know that. Nobody's gonna know that because both the options are really compelling right now.
For me, it really depends kung ano yung order ng segments and matches dito.
Really?
No, because if someone already wins the chamber, I feel like that's
the men's chamber.
Yeah, I feel like that's the one who's gonna take on the Rock's offer.
So tong comment ni Jace, adrenaline with no soul, corporate champion Cody Rhodes.
It's not gonna be Cody. Cody's so,
but it should be
to
Cody,
be taken. It's gonna be the winner of the chamber match. I feel like.
What's the point of that?
Ito na lang. Let me ask you guys this. Assuming na we're playing Here Comes the Pain and you're controlling Cody Rhodes and then he's got the choice diba, to accept the final boss's offer or not, what would you choose as the player?
What would I choose as the player? I choose the good options there. So I choose that no.
I choose no kasi I have the goodwill of the people. And
Dun yung conflict diba?
Yeah.
Dun yung conflict ng season mode story.
I don't want. So I will also say no.
Okay. Ito, magandang tanong from Julian. What if Cody says no and Cena wins the chamber, then Cena turns heel at Mania and sells his soul to The Rock?
That's what I was saying. The winner of the chamber is gonna be the one to sell his soul.
But The Rock specifically wants Cody. You know?
Maybe that's a red herring.
Hindi, kasi si Cody yung champion eh. So he wants the champion. He wants specifically who the champion is and not other jabroni. Maybe fine. Cena, you can make an argument for Cena. Sige, pwede pa yun kasi he's John Cena. But if it were anyone other than Cena, I don't think The Rock would be interested in them either.
Yeah.
So it's Cena. Cena wins the chamber.
Yes. For me, Cena wins the chamber.
Even if this is Cena's last run. Like, if I'm The Rock, would I really want an old soul?
Yes, John Cena.
So if we're predicting the men's chamber now, Jasper, put it up.
Yeah. Okay, let's predict the men's chamber now, Jasper.
If we're predicting the men's chamber now, then Cena wins, but Cody says yes.
Wow.
Kasi who are you gonna boom or who are you gonna cheer more? Cena or fucking Cody? Diba? At this point, Cena is the one retiring. Why would he go into a heel? Kasi that's what people wanted from him all this time.
Yung mga bata, if you ask the kids this question, feeling ko mababaliw sila. Kasi hindi nila alam sino yung cheer nila eh.
Oh, exactly. The men our age will cheer Cena because it's Cena.
Yeah, sure.
After all this time.
But the kids outnumber us.
Yeah.
Where does Cena?
That's my take. That's my prediction. Huh?
Cena wins the chamber.
Cena wins the chamber, and Cody says yes. CM Punk will do Seth and Roman. Yun yung ano ko.
Okay. Tatuloy ko sana kung where does the favor come into play here?
Oh, the favor.
Yeah.
Probably sometime beyond WrestleMania.
Baka bukas, Emil. Bukas. Ikaw, Emil, sino prediction mo for the men's chamber?
I already said Cena.
Cena ka din. Okay. Yeah. Sabi ni Bruce, are we fighting kids now? No, Bruce. We're not fighting kids. Hindi kami tanga. You want to fight kids, you go ahead. Bahala ka. I'm not gonna stop anyone.
We're not about to fight kids half our age, you know, unlike other people.
Unlike other people, that's right. Okay, eto, we're gonna close things out with the women's chamber since we haven't talked about that at all. Alexa Bliss versus Liv Morgan versus Bianca Belair versus Naomi versus Bayley versus Roxanne Perez.
What if Roxanne wins?
Pwede naman. I don't hate it.
Moving up din na talaga.
Because Liv is busy with the tag titles. Bianca and Jade's probably gonna get the story with Jade.
No, I'm calling Alexa Bliss. I think people want to see Alexa Bliss in that spot.
I'm predicting Roxanne just for the shock factor.
Okay. Interesting. Neil, please never take yung sinasabi namin sa podcast as a reason to place your money anywhere. Never. Okay?
That's your money,
you want to
bro.
gamble your money, that's on you, bro. Pero pag may nangyari sa pera mo, huwag mo kaming sisisihin, ha? So, never take our word for it. Kasi wala kaming alam. If the versions of us from 10 years ago could hear what we're saying now, I bet they'd be like, what the fuck, guys? Admitting openly na wala kayong alam. How the hubris consumed us then.
Yeah.
All right, so that's it for our predictions for Elimination Chamber. People in the comments, keep it coming. So many possibilities for Toronto this weekend. So I'm super, super excited for that show. Let us know what you think on social media. It is at Wrestling Podcast on Facebook, Instagram, and Threads, at Wrestling2XPod on TikTok, Twitter, and on Blue Sky. Let's get to some plugs while we are cooling down here. Emil, what do you have going on?
Wala naman, just see you guys on Sunday for the Elimination Chamber viewing party. If you guys missed the play-in name this week, I actually did a play-in name on my Facebook page last Saturday.
Wow.
Last Saturday.
Bakit may pumupunta ka sa Facebook page mo?
Actually tuned in. So if you missed that, go there because I play in on the media. So yeah, that's what I will say. So, yep.
On the media, a sector of people that you are a part
media.
of.
So there you go. Specific.
A sector of people you want to be a part of.
Gotta keep it real.
Okay.
Very forward thinking for your career.
Yeah.
No, I'm serious. Don't shit on a group you're trying to be a part of.
I know.
All right. Ikaw, Ro, what do you have going on?
If you haven't listened to the last episode of the season on Unmasked, go check it out now. It's on Apple Podcasts, on Spotify, and you can still get tickets if I'm not mistaken for WrestleStorm 2 dexcon.helixplay.ph. I think confirmed that if you are at WrestleStorm 2, you likely will be seen on Triller TV. So I think that much we know. How much we know. So go watch, because Yoshitatsu is coming, Mace Uruga is coming, Balyanaki is coming, and it's gonna be a whole lot of fun.
It will be on 316 Day,
Yes,
diba?
sir.
Hell yeah.
March 16, 316. Hell yeah.
Even better. Great time for you to bust out your Austin 316.
Hindi ko lang alam kung
t-shirts.
pwede beer. So yan.
Pero may beer naman sa Onyang next door.
Oh yeah.
You can celebrate 316 Day.
Doon kayo pwedeng uminom sa Onyang. Although I think people have drank in the gym already.
Why am I not surprised?
I think so. Tanong mo si Ador.
Nanlaglag ang puta. Hey, congrats to you, Ro, for 10 years in the business.
Kasi
congrats as well for making it to Triller TV.
Thank you. And unlike other people, we count the pandemic years.
Somebody cue yung curb your enthusiasm music.
We're not afraid to count the pandemic years.
So yeah, for me naman, go check out Now Steaming. We talked to Atoy Ko, one of the PBA's 40 greatest players, as well as his son, Andre Ko, one of the sportscasters of the PBA on PBA Rush. We talked about Atoy Ko growing up Chinoy and how him taking on a path in professional sports informed his choices as a Chinoy parent and how that affected his relationship with Andre and Andre's siblings. So great listen on Now Steaming. Go find it on Spotify or wherever you get your podcasts. And for those of you who want to catch Tagalog commentary ng WWE, it's on the network, it's on Netflix. Use your VPNs and let us know what you think of yung work namin ni Carlo Pamintuan. Oh, si Ador nagpaparamdam. Totoo naman daw. All right. Thank you very much to everybody who joined us here for another episode of the Wrestling Podcast. We appreciate you all. Thank you so much for making us a part of your routine for the last 11 years and then some. Thank you as well to Babyface producer Jasper and everyone over at the Pod Network for all of their help behind the scenes. Follow us individually at Rois War, at EML_Meister, at Chino Supersized, and at _Stan C. We'll catch you at the start of next week with a surprise interview with a guest who will really help us level up.
Almost forgot. Jesus.
He will help us advance our brand.
He will help us evolve.
That's right. Good. So that's all we'll say for now. We'll catch you on the next one. On behalf of Romoran and Emil Nate, stay safe, stay dry, and don't be a dick. Wrestling Podcast. Out. Later, Outcasts.
Peace.